Let's swatch this 1965 bottle of Bikini Pink by Helena Rubinstein, and we're going to talk about the cultural movement that inspired its name. Bikini Pink is from the 1965 Bikini Tans collection. Released for summer in, as the ad says, a new, uninhibited fashion so provocative they may be banned on the beach. And although the string bikini was unveiled by French designer Louis Réard in July of 1946, named after the US atomic test that occurred days prior in the Bikini Atoll, it was not considered acceptable swimming attire in most westernized cultures until the 60s. The bikini was in fact banned in many public swimming areas along the Mediterranean and US beaches. This famous photo shows a woman being ticketed by Italian police in 1956 for her two-piece swimsuit. But when nail polish was named after something that was once illegal in many localities, you know popular culture has started to come around to embrace it. But what was it about the 60s that brought about this acceptance? Well, in 1960, oral contraceptives were approved by the FDA for sale, so we saw the emergence of what we call the sexual revolution. And with that, we saw the end of the baby boom and the beginning of Gen X. Free love was on the rise, and birth rates were on the decline, and women had more options and a little more freedom. The bikini was no longer so scandalous and became a symbol of liberation and youth. In fact, in 1965, 65% of young women were sporting them. Now that Bikini Pink is all mixed up and properly thinned, we can now swatch it. I find it quite interesting that the sexual revolution of the 60s had more to do with the freedoms gained by women, while men more or less had the same amount of privileges that they always had. Unironically, the term sexual revolution had been used prior to the 60s in reference to the flappers who smoked, drank, and danced with their rising hemlines in the 1920s, as well as being used to describe the earlier women's suffrage movement that would win women the right to vote. One could say we're amidst another sexual revolution, with the Me Too movement and the continued discussions in popular culture around gender. I'm interested in seeing how historians will speak on our modern culture 50 years from now. But let me know your thoughts on Bikini Pink, and if your mom or grandmother was ever ticketed for her swimwear, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And maybe next time you wear a bikini, have a thought for all of the scandalously fashionable women that came before you.